All right, it looks like I am finally live after all the week of no internet due to a storm that we had this past weekend, which I believe most of the United States felt. So we are here. Let us know where you're watching from and let me know if you can hear me. Okay, that's always helpful. We're going to make some cards with the Thoughtful Journey and Tags to Go bundle. Last week, I mentioned that it might be fun to make some cards out of the 6x6 paper. So I went to my stash and I found a Thoughtful Journey. It is, of course, very beautiful. It's right in front of you here. I'm using up the pack, so I don't have every design available in the pack that's left. So I just used what I had. We'll be using the Tags to Go bundle, which is right here on my left side. And this is available now for demonstrators only. It's on a pre-order. And if you would like to purchase this, you'll have to, if you're a customer, you'll have to wait until March 4th. If you would like to order it today, you can join our team, Inspired Daisies, and you can head to inspiredbygraham.com. We would absolutely love to have you on our team. Even if it's just for the first 6 months, that's okay. It's totally up to you, but no reason why you should be purchasing paper products for card making, scrapbooking, journals, whatever, at full price. We've got 20% off discounts, and then if you get to your sales of 1,800, then you will go up to 25%. And just think about all of the things that are on the last chance list. There's designer series paper there that's $5 for a pack. And not only is that on, we call it clearance, we used to call it clearance, demonstrators can get their discount on top of that sale price or last chance price. So if you are into vending at craft fairs, you make lots of cards, projects as gifts, it's extremely inexpensive to purchase the products on last chance. There's lots of items there. So it's something really I encourage you to think about. And again, we would love to have you on our team. All right, I'm going to do some like infomercials and then we'll get to today's class. I hope everyone's doing well. This is the last chance you can join my February card club. We are using the Mediterranean Blooms designer paper, and it's just so pretty. This is my favorite card here in boho blue. So you can use whatever stamp set you want to use. I'm using Happy Estate. It's just a stamp set. It is no bundle to it. All the die cuts come to you. The designer paper, which is going to be a full pack of the Mediterranean Blooms this month. So it's not cut in half. It's coming to you at 12 by 12. And also the low profile dots. These are so fun to work with. You think they're like really raised high, but they're absolutely not. They're so smooth, and you can barely tell that they're on there. So this is how I designed this one and Daffodil Delight. So you'll get Daffodil Delight on card base, 2 of them. This is Early Espresso under there. All the die cuts there. It all comes to you. And you can add the bundle or the stamp set this month on as an add-on. This one is using Lemon Lolly as the back piece, but this is a fun fold using designer paper. And it just goes like that. I love this sentiment. You make me feel like glitter in the sun. So sweet card there. And then lastly, You're the Best. And I created this one 2 different ways. This is my first design here, and I wasn't really sure of it. So then I went all orange, and I'm still not sure of it. So I don't know. I'm still working on it. Maybe I'll just use a different design of paper, and then it will hit me that maybe that was the design I should have chosen. So I always love to give my card club recipients different ideas using the same design, but on different paper. So that is expiring tonight. I'm live right now, so you can still register, and everything is on my website, inspiredbygraham.com. Next up is my Craft and Connect Spring Retreat. If you are coming to my spring retreat, I should say, you might want to turn your way, but these are some of the cards we are going to be making in our Craft and Connect Spring Retreat. You can purchase this as an in-person event, meaning I ship it to your door, or you can attend in person, which we are using the Bugby Senior Center in White River Junction, Vermont, as a place to craft. And you don't have to always craft. You can do whatever you want. Bring your own crafting, whether that's quilting, crochet, knitting, coupon clipping, whatever, scrapbooking. But I will be offering this class as the main part of the retreat. I'll go through these really quickly. These are the ones I made on a different YouTube live. Maybe I'll just show you the outside. But there's going to be lots more designs. And I'm really keeping a close watch on the inventory because I don't want to lose out on this paper. I check it like maybe 20 times a day because you never know when it's going to go on low inventory. There's absolutely no warning. You could have a demonstrator out there that buys 100 packets, and maybe that would put it over into no inventory. So I have been watching it religiously all day today, except for this morning when I was at jury draw. So I am in jury draw. I didn't get picked today. There supposedly was 4 cases and only 1 went to draw, and I was not picked. So that was exciting. I got to work at 11:30, so I was able to go into the office today, which I needed to, because we're starting to get busy again. And anyway, spring is right around the corner. So with that, this is my ordering special. I kind of call this like a springy card, but it's using the same stamp set that I'm using for Card Club. We made these last week on my YouTube live. If you did not see it, these are the designs using Full of Life designer paper. And I used Winka Stella on it as well. I used the low profile dots again. And then this one here is a fun fold. There's a little flap there, and it opens up and says, hey. We're using Blueberry Bushel cardstock in card color for this one here. And then finally this one here, I kind of like this one the best, I believe. I like them all. So it was really hard to decide. We made this one here, the So Excited for You, as a team kind of fun thing we do at our team meetings. There's always a team like event during our meetings, which are very, very informative, or not. They're non-stressful is what I wanted to say. So we all got a chance to make, if you wanted to make them, and post them on our Facebook group. So some of the fun things that we do with our team. I have been posting on YouTube as a post and on my Facebook page that I've been working on swap cards. And I asked my team and I asked those followers on my Facebook page, which is Inspired by Graham. I encourage you to go like it and hit the follow button. That's when you'll see when I post. So I had so what I did was I wasn't sure which design I wanted to use. They're very, very similar. And the fact that this one here is early espresso. So they all have the early espresso frame. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. And then this one over here, all of them have the birch designers or birch tree embossing panel there in basic white. So that's all the same. The stamping is all the same. However, can you see the difference when you have a well inked ink pad? The one here is not re-inked. This one over here is just had re-inking to it. So this stamp set is by far should be on your ordering list if you are interested in creating scenes. But anyway, back to the swap here. So this one here has the petal pink around the designer paper here, and then this one over here has the petal pink card base with early espresso, and then this one is all early espresso. So the grand total of votes made it to be this one here. So this is the one I'm mass producing. I've got I'm on the frame here. So this frame is popped up. So I found my some paper we used to sell the dimensionals, like full sheets of it, so you cut down what you need. So I've been cutting little strips on and putting them on there instead of using dimensionals. So that's been saving me a little bit of time. This is again on pre-order. You can order it now as a demonstrator, or you'll have to wait until March 4th to put it on your order. And then I'm using the Woven Textures Designer Series paper, which is also a pre-order. The Basic Beige, Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Gray Granite, and Pecan Pie are the main colors in the cardstock. On some of these, or main designer paper, some of these you could use Very Vanilla if you have Very Vanilla in your stash. I used white over here, but see, there's no white in this. You get a lot of sheets that are the same. You get 4 of each. So I've used these 2 patterns, and I've used 2 full sheets so far. So they're just different woven textures, really. It's this one's kind of just a plain, make a really good background. And they give you 4 sheets of it. And then this one here, I would say, is a basket, the bottom of a basket. And on the back side, we've got some weaving there too. So really fun paper, not a lot of colors, more neutral colors. But sorry, I just hit the camera. It's really fun to work with and to create. Let's see, I've got over here my template that I created the other night using the Framed Scenes bundle. So you can see all of the designs that are in the stamp set, which is right here. So we've got a walkway, we've got a tree house, a home, some bridges, and a lighthouse. And they're cling stamp sets. The dies, there's 4 of them. I lost this one for the longest time, but I finally found it. So I was a little nervous that I wouldn't be able to create my template without that die. It's right here. So here I stamped on Basic Beige and then Basic White. Again, this is not re-inked. I should have re-inked my early espresso because the designs would look, the scenes would look really much nicer like this one does. So there's various ways you can use the ovals here. I've kind of tried to show you that there's 2 different sizes, a larger one and a smaller one. They nest together real nice. And then what I did was I stamped the images on the ovals and the little rectangle here that is cut out. So when you die cut the frame, it will die cut the frame and cut around here. So I've got a lot of, so this one here I used early espresso. So I have a lot of early espresso rectangles that are just sitting to be used on a future project. So I had to cut out the frame twice, but that was okay. I found it a little hard actually to, after you use it for, whoops, not this one, a couple of times. Let me get that out for you. This one here, the paper would start to stick in here. So what I did was I took a dryer sheet and just rubbed the dryer sheet, you know, a couple times around. And then it was good for about 4 to 5 die cuts. And then I just did it again. So that waxy feel will really help die cutting and getting out the, because it's solid. It gets, because of all these little etchings here, it gets stuck in there after a little bit. So, you know, there's 4, I think, holes here. You can use a piercing tool to poke it out. But if you have any problems with paper getting stuck in your dies, not just this one, but any of the other ones, give a dryer sheet a try, or wax paper. That would help as well. So that's the framed scenes bundle. There are 5 stamps and 1, 2, 3, 4 dies. Okay, if you have any questions on the frame scenes, you'll let me know. You can put it in the comment box. All right, we are, I think, ready to go. So let me get rid of all of this other stuff that we just went over, and we're going to use tags to go. All right, let's see. Okay, so last week I mentioned, hey, maybe it'll be fun to create some cards using 6x6 paper. Let's see if I can do it. So I did, and they came out super nice. They're very basic, but I'm going to show you how to mass produce them. So these are the dies, and I have a template for this. I don't know where it went, though, of course. Let me just see. It's somewhere in this craft room. I just had it. It was over here. Hold on. It may have got stuck in another one. No, I'll find it eventually. But anyway, these are all the dies, and these keys are so fun, you guys. There's 3 little keys in a lock, and I have die cut these all in gold. And you, oh, geez, I'm crow. Vermonters say geez, I'm crow. For some reason, I have no idea. I just found my template. It's right in front of me. Oh my goodness. I need new eyes, honestly. Let me get all these stamps over here. Here we go, folks. Here's the tags to go bundle. It's only $38.50, which is really, I really like the new price points that Stampin' Up! Is giving us. So $38.50 is, that's a kind of price I really love. You can see we've got some, here are the keys. I've die cut in gold. And what I did here was I die cut multiples. And what I want to show you is what stamp would fit on what little image. So this is that little like Google icon, tells you where you are. The heart fits in this little one right here. So these 2, I have no idea where they go. I think they're just tags, but I honestly have no clue. And there's also this one over here, which I have no clue, because it's got a little perforation right here when you die cut it. What is that for? And then this one here, I think it's a keyhole, but help me out, guys, because I really don't know if I'm correct or not. I haven't had a chance to call Stampin' Up. So tags to go is what we'll be using today. And here's an example of how I use the larger key. And it's kind of hard, not hard, but you have to have some really small dimensionals to put underneath here. I didn't put one in the middle. I should have probably, but this is kind of how I used it. We're going to make every single one of these cards tonight. And I'm going to show you how to mass produce. So let me just stack all these up and we'll get started. So, oh, and then you're probably going to wonder, hey, Karen, oops, this little bow, oh, my little bow came off. Hold on. You're going to wonder like, hey, Karen, these won't fit in our A2 envelopes, right? Because they're 6 inches by 3. Well, I have an old Stampin' Up! Punch board. You can get these at several different places, and what I will do is I will link a envelope punch board that you can order through my Amazon website. I am an affiliate to Amazon. I would get a little tiny, I tell you, a tiny bit of commission, but this creates all different size envelopes. It's not very expensive. I will link the one that I would suggest. I have the, like I said, I have the old Stampin' Up! One. This one's retired, so we don't really have one to offer right now. But let's go through these really quickly, and then I'll get started creating. So here's they're all built the same way. Okay, so on the back side, I've got basic white. And then on the inside, I have the nested essentials, I think. No, nested essentials, I think. Die cut, and it's the next to the last biggest one. Okay, so that one's here. Congrats. And then this one here is very basic. We're not going to start with this one. We'll start with this. This will be the second one. So you're going places today marks an adventure. So when I saw this paper, it was, well, you can't see all of it. I thought that this would look like this is very, very far away, and you're kind of going places and you're trying to get to that destination. So I tried to pick out the paper to the sentiment. There's lots of nice sentiments in here. You've got congrats, enjoy, far away but close to heart, close at heart, life's detours are better with you, welcome home. They've got a date stamp as well. This one we'll start with, it is a heat embossed card. I heat embossed in white. And again, here's a, just enjoy, that's heat embossed in black. Okay. And then here's another one with a welcome with a middle size key. Isn't that so cute? Really, honestly. And then again on the inside, I tried to do a little stamping on the inside. Here's a different pattern, welcome home. And then here's all 3 keys kind of strung together. Life's detours are better with you. And then this one's just blank. Today marks an adventure. And see how these, I did use the die cuts from the framed scenes. So these are the 2 ovals, and you can see how they nest together. And then this one, I put the back behind, and then I used Wild Wheat to write on. Today I'm going to do it the opposite and see how that looks like. This is my favorite design of the Thoughtful Journey. So life's detours are better with you. And see that perforation right there? I honestly don't know what that's for. I tried to fold it up and then I'll make, what? That doesn't make any sense. So let me know. And then here's this one. I guess I forgot to put some linen thread there. Here's the lock. And there's the key. So that key goes with this lock, I believe. I guess it might be able to go with this one, but I'm not quite sure. And then today marks an adventure. I thought this looked like mountains, like high mountains, like Mount Everest, with just all the blue and the white, like stormy mountains. And I said, so today marks an adventure, and that's where I'm going to. That's my adventure. And then far away and close at heart with the 3. So there's a die cut with the hearts, and then on side. So I'm going to start creating all the cards here. I have them all the paper over to the other side. But the first thing we're going to do is we are going to take some basic white 12 by 12 paper. And we need to cut this down. And this is the only way you can create a 3 by 6 and maximize your paper. So if you use 8.5 by 11, you're not going to get very many strips out of it. So you need to start with your 12 by 12. So then what I would do is I would just cut this in half. And then I would just rotate it, and I'm going to cut it at 3 inches. So then I get 4 panels for 4 cards. You guess you could create the card and just have the designer paper, but I felt that that was too flimsy and it needed some kind of support. And I had 12 by 12 basic white in my stash, and that was like made my day because I didn't want to waste a lot of paper. There's no sense to if there's an easier way of doing this. So right now I am just going to cut all of my backings to the card, and then we will switch over and start designing. And I don't really have them in any kind of order. I'm probably gonna, I don't know, I really don't know what I'm gonna create at first. It's just gonna be whatever's on top probably. So we've got 2 sheets we're cutting right now. We won't use all of them, but I'm going to cut them because I want to send out some cards and I'll have them all ready to go. So I'll just have some extras that I can do off camera. So it was totally fun working with the new dies, and also brought me back to using Thoughtful Journey because I had a almost full pack of it, and it's like one of my favorite papers. Last time I checked, it was on low inventory. I know the bundle I don't think is available right now, but as you can see, I'm not using the bundle at all with the Thoughtful Journey designer paper. I'm using other things that I have in my craft room. Okay, so that, I don't need my trimmer anymore. At least I don't think I do. So I'm going to hang that back up on my wall and get it out of the way. All right, so let's see. All my cards are stacked here, and this is how I have all the cards. I just kind of have them not in any kind of order, just piled up here. I do have all of my die cuts for the inside already done. So I did mass produce these. I was able to, I have 2 sets of these, so I could stack 2 pieces of basic white together and run 4 at a time. So I would get 2 out of one cut and 2 out of the other, and it just, I love to buy 2 of the dies that I use the most of because it does make me super efficient. But this is the paper I have. It's multiple packs all kind of put together. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't think I had that one. I just saw the flower one, I thought. Oh, yeah, right here. I think. I might grab that. I thought I went through them and I didn't see it. Maybe I was just looking at the colors. Who knows? Who knows? These old eyes are not working. That's all I know. The embellishment, because I wanted gold and I had gold textured adhesive back dots in my stash. I'm not honestly liking these too much because these here are super big and I wish they would have made them 1 step smaller. So I rarely use this one because I just think it's just too much. I'll probably have to use it tonight because I don't have many left over. But let's see what we'll be starting with first is, and I'll know because I have everything die cut. So we're going to work with the one that has all 3 keys. So that is super fun. You guys get to see the one with all the keys. I could have had these all in order. However, where's the one with all the keys? Oh, it's on the inside. That's right. Shoot. Hold on. I could have had these all in order, but here it is. Then I wouldn't have been able to show you all the cards. So that's why they're kind of not in order. Okay, so we're going to do the welcome home. And I am stamping in Petunia Pop. And that's one of our in colors. All right, so let me just, and I'm using the Unbounded Beauty dies as well. Oh, that's another thing. This oval will nest on top of that one. Okay, so these are interchangeable, which I really love. All right, I'm also using some different paper here because I didn't have any of the floral left. So what I do is I just decide which side I want showing. So you can fold it this way. You can fold it this way, which is upside down, or you can fold it like this. Okay, so it really doesn't matter to me. I think I will go with this side. So all I do, I don't even score it. I just use my fingers there. I do burnish it lightly. You don't want to go too hard because that paper is thinner. So that is going to be our front side. The next thing I do is I mount it on a white panel for the back side. Okay, so I'm going to use, I've got some liquid glue here, a fresh bottle. So we'll try that. I also have some Seal Plus off to the side. We'll see if this gives me any trouble at not or all or not. So I add the glue to the back side of the designer paper. And then what I'll do is line it up with one corner, and then my eyes kind of just travel. And oh yeah, I will need my trimmer again because I want to show you something what happens. Shoot, hold on. Oh boy. Let me just put some more glue there. I'll work with the bottom corner. Okay. So what happens sometimes is that your paper, the white is going to be a little bit bigger than your designer paper. So you see this? It's very simple to fix it. You grab your paper trimmer, I put it away, and now I need to use it. And what you do is, this is 6x6, so it's going to go right against that bar here. And when I move the cutter, it's usually going to only cut that white off. And I just look around on all sides just to see where that white is. You could take your paper snips too, but I find using the trimmer is much faster and it's straight. I've got a little bit over here on the edge. I'm not going to worry about that. Now all we need to do is do some stamping, and we need to just assemble everything. So I'm using Petunia Pop, which again is our new color. It's a very pinky color. And then this one is Welcome Home, which I really like that sentiment. I'm going to stamp it. You don't need your piercing mats because we're working with the cling stamp sets. And then on the inside, I did not have any stamping at all. However, I am going to stamp the heart onto this one here. And I'm going to stamp it on the right side. Okay, that's all. That's all the stamping we will do on this one. Now to assemble it, we're going to work with the focal point, which is the Welcome Home. And I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back side of this one. I'm going to add 4 of them because I think 4 is going to be a great supporting system. And this is how now I keep all my dimensionals in this little case, the stamp cases. We sell these, and I'm putting them to use. I have all these little bits and pieces from card classes that I do in person and also in my craft room. So we're going to use these up. I had my class yesterday at the Independent Living Facility, and I mentioned to the ladies, I said, hey, on my last YouTube live, I mentioned you ladies on my live. So they were kind of funny about it. But I told them that we used the kits collection. So we were using a paper pumpkin kit, not a kit, but the what do you want to call them? They're extras in the kits that you can purchase as extras. So I did all of their stamping. So there was 10 of them. So 10 times 6. That's I think it was 6 cards they made. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they made 9 cards. So 10 times 9 is how many sentiments I stamped. They got to choose whatever sentiment they wanted. But it was a lot of stamping. Okay, I'm going to add this panel here to the inside. Honestly, on the inside, the top is upside down. See, when you open it, it's upside down. I don't really care. And so aren't the trees, but I don't care. You're going to have that with directional paper. And I just, oh gosh, see how tiny this key is? Like, I don't want to lose it. And make sure you're using magnet sheets for your dies, because you definitely can lose that one. It's so tiny. All right, I rambled enough. So let's go and add our focal point. So now what I'm looking for is just a nice place to put this on where it's not going to cover up a lot of stuff. So I think I'm going to put it right here because there's like no rhyme or reason what this is right here. So I'm going to just adhere it right here. And then that is our front. And then we're going to work on the keys. So on the keys, I took some linen thread, and that is on my desk. I know it is. Here it is. We have some linen thread. That's our normal linen thread. And don't forget about the color pack, which I think they're called Nature or something like that. So some of these colors go with the paper. I used the linen thread on that one, but let me look at this. I think this is Garden Green, but Mossy Meadow is the color of green that's in that one, the majority. So I don't care that it's Garden Green. It's green. So I'm going to just cut off a piece here. It's easier to work with a bigger piece. And I know that's way too big, but trust me, it's a lot easier to work with a longer piece of linen thread. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to put them, they're going to go like that. So I just start with the small one and thread it through, and then this one here, and then the larger one. And this is like the most difficult part of it, but you want to be really careful. I'm just going to give this put a knot here so I don't lose them. Okay. Then I'm going to, I think I used a dimensional. Let me just double check and peek. Oh no, I did not. I used liquid glue. So it's really hard to tie a bow right now when it's loose like that. See, it's just like, it's very flimsy. You can, but it might be easier to create the bow when the key is stuck on there. So there's different ways you can add the thread. I made somewhat of a good bow, so I'm going to stick with this one. And we just want to pull that tight. Okay. And then on the back side, it really doesn't matter where you put your glue. I do want the keys to be able to move, and so you can see all of them. So if I fan them out like that, I can see all of them. So then I'll flip this over and just put some dots, not a lot. And then I'm just going to angle that right here. So the welcome home message and the keys, it's just maybe they purchased a new house. Maybe they've been gone a long time and you've got some keys there that it's kind of a symbolism, like you are getting keys to your house. I don't know, something like that. All right, so there, that one's done, you guys. You can stamp on the back side, so you can sell these. And I just still am using the old Angel Policy stamp because I love it with the little heart. So any of you that are watching that sell your cards, you must have the Angel Policy stamp stamped on your card because it's copyrighted. Okay, so that one has the Stampin' Up copyright symbol on it. This is, I can legally sell this now. All right, so that one's done. And you're probably wondering, what envelope, Karen, right? So what I have done already is I've created a few different envelopes using designer series paper that I had in a bin. Now, you guys, you all know you have designer series paper. You can make your own envelopes with the paper that you don't use. Okay, so this is older designer series paper, and I've created the envelope. I'm going to match this one up here with this welcome home one because it's got some purple in it. It may not be the exact purple, but it fits in here. It was Valentine's Day paper a while ago, and it fits in here really nice. Look at that. Okay, I will show you how to make your envelopes probably in the middle of this live. So I'm going to put this one away because I know it's done, and I will put this one on top. All right, the next one, let me just see if there's any questions. Hey, Alice. Yes, those keys are so cute, for sure. All right, I'm going to do some heat embossing because that's the next pile here. And on this one, it's just paper and the die cut. And this die cut is much bigger than this one. I thought that was too overwhelming after I created the card, but that's why it's a sample, right? So let me just find the paper that goes with this one. Again, it could be something different, but oh, here it is, that one. And I'll pull this one too because this one can be my next card, and I know what that one is. So again, it's the same process, okay? You're going to fold your paper in half. Another thing well, no, you can't, sorry. I was not thinking right. You could put this piece in, and then you would have something on the back side. This is all directional paper, so that's why I'm covering it up with the white on the back side. But that's, if you have non-directional paper, that's probably a better way of doing it. That way you're maximizing your paper and making a few more cards than you normally would. Again, this is just 6 by 3 that I've already cut from a 12 by 12. And I want to line this up with the folded edge, because I don't care if it goes over the bottom, because I can, again, trim that off. And I can see that it's going over the edge over here. I'm not going to trim those up just because it's going to just create too much time. I'm just going to create the card. I'm heat embossing this in gold, so, or no, white, because I wanted to be able to see it. You can just stamp on it, which the next card we're going to be stamping. But if you would like to do some heat embossing, it's great. I love heat embossing. It's my favorite technique. It sold me in joining Stampin' Up. And I still have the card or the stamp set that I used for the very first time. And it was a butterfly stamp. It's a swallowtail. It's huge. It's on a wood block. I'll never let this one go because it was my first ever stamp that I stamped on. All right, Versamark. And do I have an embossing buddy? Yes, I do. All right, so actually the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the embossing buddy to just smooth this out and release any static or like fingerprints. And it's just a bag of cornstarch. I re-inked, finally Versamark refills got off the back order list. I'll call it the back order list. And so I finally am able to use my Versamark because I ran out of refills. And I believe now it's on back order again. So I'm just going to stamp this down. Hold it there because I want it to go into that paper. You won't be able to see it much. I can see it on my side, but you won't be able to see it probably on your side. What I'm also going to do is, I need to get my Stampin' scrub. I'm going to show you another way you can use your Versamark ink. And I'm sure, Alice, if you're still watching, you will remember when we were in Quebec City and that, or was it, or Montreal, one of the Canadian on stages where that girl next to me, she said, "You don't know how to use Versamark?" I'm like, sorry, I didn't know that you could do it that way, right? So I'm going to show you what I mean. Oh, she was so rude, and I'll never forget that, honestly. All right, I'm going to actually clean both of these because I'm going to need to use that one again. I can still see it, and I know, Alice, you probably can too. All right, so I'm going to ink up the handcrafted from the heart. I'm going to just stamp it here. Again, I'm going to hold that in place for a good 5 seconds so it seeps into the paper. Okay, and I'm going to cap this. It's the only time we'll be using Versamark ink. You know what this one is, or this one I want to try black on the front. Let's do something a little bit different, and then I can see what it looks like. I don't have my embossing tool kit with me, but we're just going to use this. All right, I can see where I got a little bit of powder off to the side, but I can take that off. Normally I would use a paintbrush. I'm just going to use my sleeve here. There. You want to make sure you don't have any remnants of powder that didn't stick, because then it's going to melt and go onto your paper. I always like to blow it off too. All right, I'm going to take my heat tool. It's going to make some noise, but it is going to get this warmed up about 10 seconds, and then we'll start heat setting the powder, which you might be able to see a lot better in black than you would in white. All right, and designer paper, it doesn't take as long because the designer paper is thinner. So right now I am just taking my heat tool and kind of moving it around. That powder is getting warmed up, the paper is getting warmed up, and I'll know it's done when the letters get shiny. Like I can see the letter A is getting there. You don't want to keep in the same spot because you could totally torch your paper, and I have seen that happen before. All right, I'm going to shut this off, and I want to make sure I've got all of it heat embossed. And what I'm doing is I'm just turning the paper, and I'm looking for all the shiny letters, and they're all shiny, so I know that they're all heat embossed and the powder's not loose. Okay, so let's see. I got to put a heart on there. I don't think I die cut a heart because I would lose it. But I do have some extra hearts in this one. Let me see how many I have. Oh, I only have 3, and I need those for a different card. Okay, well, we won't put a heart on that one. And I'm not going to stamp anything and heat this one up because you guys all know how to stamp a message in the inside on a piece of white. I'm just going to put this in here. I'll go back and design those. But, oh, shoot, I got some powder on there. So what I wanted to tell you is I did stamp this in Versamark. It was sticky, but it went on my paper here. But if it's sticky, you can just kind of take it off. Oh, gosh, I'm making a big mess. And now you can see, handcrafted from the heart, Stampin' Up. So that was just Versamark ink. The remnants of the color is from the pad. It's not like the ink is not harming your pad. But boy, do I have a hot mess on the back of this one. I'm going to have to fix this one up, but let's, oh shoot, see what I mean? The G was not fully set, so I lost the top of the G. I can use a black marker to fill that in, but if we put these side by side, I know I can see the one in black much better on my side, but I think it's too bold, and I would go more with the base, the white embossed here. So let me know what you like. Do you like the white or the black? And while you're putting your vote in, I will do I have an envelope I can match this one up with? No, not really. But I'll make one. I'll find one. All right, so that is all done. And I'm going to stack that up. And let's see. This one here is Night of Navy. And it's another plain piece of 6x6. Again, I'm going to fold this in half. See, it's all repetition. You could put a really good movie on, or you can, I don't know, have some friends over. But oh, look, this is the one, this is the reason why, another reason why I use this side is because when you open it up, you're going to cover most of this. And this is upside down, but it's not, you're not going to see it too much when you put one of these die cuts on there. You just see a little bit of it. And this one just has some stamping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp first, just in case I make a mistake. I can cover it up and use a different side. This I'm going to clean as well because it's got that Versamark ink. All right, so you're going places. Today marks an adventure. So what I would do is I would start with today marks an adventure. That way you're placing the sentiment. Oh wait, no, I wouldn't. I'm sorry. You would start with you're going places, because then you can center today marks an adventure much easier. All right, so I'm just gonna try to get this straight on the first try. Yes, I did. And then I'll ink up today marks an adventure. And I will stamp, try to center it best I can here. And I didn't center them all that great, but that's okay. This one is going to get some glue to the back side. I could have used this side too, because this could have been green, grass, water, and then the sky. That would look really good too. And we'll grab one of these whites. And I'm going to work in the top corner up here. And then hold it. And then come all the way over here. And I'll burnish it down too. And then I'll simply put this one on. If you really want to be fast, this is all you need to do. Stamp on the front, put something on the inside, make an envelope, add your Wink of Stella to this one because it does need a little bit of glitter. And I'm thinking this is water right here, the horizon. So I'm just going to make it a little sparkly here and maybe just dab it around the blue. Okay, and call it good. That's it. All right. So let's see. I don't have an envelope. I'm just trying to use up these envelopes. I got 3 of them. All right. That's easy, right? We got two done. All right, welcome home. Wait, did I do this one? No, I didn't do this one yet. Welcome home. We'll do that. We'll stamp that in Blackberry Bliss. And let me find that kit. Actually, here's this one. Let's do that. So here's another way I use the tags to go. I used this shape right here, which has a little hole on there. I covered it up with an embellishment because I didn't want that hole to show. And then I used the Unbounded Love die and followed up with Wild Wheat oval from the framed scenes. And then I used this one. So 3 different dies work together on this one. I'm going to stamp first, that way this can dry. Stamping in Pretty Peacock. I tried to stamp in a lot of different colors that the paper comes in. Life's Adventure, let's see, where are you? Here it is. Life's Detours Are Better With You. And this fits perfectly inside the middle here. Just like that. On the inside, I don't have any stamping, so we'll just leave it as is. I'm going to go back and stamp the back side of all of these another time. I'm going to add that oval, which is in Wild Wheat, and adhere it right to that scalloped oval. This one has dimensionals on it. So let me grab my box of dimensionals. Not my box, but my case. And another thing is, I can see the case better than a sheet on my desk. So now I'm not losing my dimensionals and trying to locate them. I didn't know if I was going to be live again, if I was going to be able to be live today, because they were, when I left for jury draw today, they were actually in our driveway, their shared driveway, stringing the cable. So there was like 4 big trucks down there, and I'm like, oh, they're getting close. And then down the road, the main road, there were more cable trucks. So I'm so happy that I have the internet back. I can do some work now, computer work, that I've been holding off on, like lots of marketing for my events. All right, see how that all works? Really nice. You could put some linen thread there if you wanted to. I'm going to put the embellishment, and then I just got to figure out what side. I like this side the best because of all that nice, pretty peacock color, which again is one of my favorite colors here. I'm glad they brought it back. See, isn't that beautiful? Like, we turned this 6x6 into something like that. You guys are probably going to get bored if you watch me all the way to the end. But I promise I'll make a video. I'll make an envelope with you guys. All right. So now I'm working again with that fold. And we'll just line that up. And using liquid glue is probably the best adhesive to use with this one, this card design, because you can shift it. Again, I'll just trim that off camera. This here, it's already to go. We'll just add some liquid glue there. And then I'm just going to find a place where I'm going to put it. I like that there was wild wheat on this side here. So then all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over here. And we'll just make sure that's centered. And then on the inside, let's pull in one of these. I did not stamp, so I'm not going to, actually, I won't stamp on the inside of these. I'll just go back and put hearts on them. Got that in there. And then I'm going to hit it with some embellishments. So let's see, where did those go? Right here. So again, I'm not too thrilled, and I don't really like the biggest ones because look at, I'm gonna put this right here, and it's so overpowering. I think it looks a little too much, like it's huge. So I'll take that off. And oh, I forgot to stamp the heart and wild wheat. Well, I'm gonna try to stamp it. All right, I'm gonna use the medium size to cover up that hole. And then I'm gonna grab a small one and put it here, and then a medium one and just put it there. Okay, so I did this on my sample too. I said, oh, it might look good with a wild wheat heart. So I stamped it afterwards, and let's see if I can go 2 for 2 by stamping that already on the card. Oh, shoot, I don't think this is clean. Let me just see. I'm going to stamp on the back side of this. No, okay. So wild wheat, and then I'm going to be trying to do this. And I'm just rocking a block just a tiny bit because they're different heights. Not too bad. I can take my Stampin' Write markers and fill that heart in, and it'll be totally great. I could use Stampin' Blends too, so I'll just fill that in so it's a little bit darker. But I did it. Believe it or not. I think I might have an envelope too to match this one up with. And it's going to be this one here. This is really super pretty. So we'll just match that one up. And this is the one that was a sample. And here's this one. Welcome home. Or let me just look at here. Some of these. Oh, here's this one. We'll work with the lock in the small key. So here's that small key again, and the lock. Put those up close so you can see them. Very detailed, by the way. And I don't know if you can see the detail or not. If it's blurry, I think you can. But super nice dies. I'm going to put these over here so I know where they are. All right, again, here's our sample. So we're going to be using this die, and see that perforation right here. If you know what this is for, like I folded it. It's like a ticket maybe. I'm not sure. If you know what this is, let me know so I know. What the scalloped oval, the scalloped oval is from the Unbounded Love dies. So the Unbounded Beauty designer paper and stamp set, and that's Unbounded Love dies. They made that before they started keeping the names of the dies and the stamps the same name. I love that they do that now. It's so much easier to remember the names. All right, it's so super pretty on that side. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh, this is the other one. Oh, this would actually work really good with the sentiment far away but close to heart. So this is, the distance is very far away. Yeah, I'm going to do that instead. I'll just need to stamp in probably the Night of Navy. Oh, which I already have out. It's over here. All right, so far away. Where are you? There it is. I haven't used this one yet. No. Where is it? There. Yeah, I haven't stamped with this one yet. And it fits really nicely in this tag. All right, and then I will stamp. First, you got to clean that off. A blue Night of Navy heart. While I have this out, I am going to clean all the stamps that I've already used, because most likely I will use them again. And then this just gets centered. It's a really small stamp, so, oh shoot. See, I got a little bit of boo-boo right there. All right, I don't know how, no idea how I will get that cleaned up, but I'm gonna still work with this one. All right, let's grab our dimensionals because this needs to be popped up off that paper. Let's give it a focal point. Got these little pieces here. We'll finish off this little sheet of dimensionals. And then let me grab another one, which only has a few on here. I'm going to put this biggest one here in the middle. Give it some good support. Okay. I think I'm going to add some linen thread to this one because the other one, it totally looks lost with just the key. All right, this one again, I'm going to put over here just because I like this part of the designer paper. It looks like water splashing up. I will add some Wink of Stella too, just along the horizon. Maybe up in that area of blue too. And then you can just kind of brush stroke across all of this for the water sparkling. All right, I hope I didn't lose that. No, I didn't. It's over here. This would be really cool if we could figure out a way where we could put this key in, but no clue on how I would do that. But I will take, oh, I can cover it up with the die. Oh my goodness. Sweet. Oh, thank goodness, because I didn't want to stamp this over again. So let's see if I can get this on here at an angle so it covers up most of it. Yes, I do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to sneak a small dimensional underneath that with a piercing tool. So I know I have some minis in here. Let me grab my sheet of minis. We have black dimensionals too. I don't know if you know that. They're sold in the mini size together with the normal size. So what I'm doing is I just took that off. I'm going to place, oops, not that one. I'm going to, ooh, I can do this right now actually. It just came off because it wasn't dry. So let's see if I can take advantage of that. Don't want it over the edge. Actually, it can be over the edge because the envelope has a little bit of give to it. And then the little tiny key, I am going to glue that on there. And this is gold foil, if you can't tell. While that is drying, let me grab one of these little panels and we'll add that on. Okay, now I'm going to use the blue. That's Native Navy and it matches the ink color. Oh boy, where's the end? There it is. Oh gosh, this is a mess. Again, I'm going to take a larger piece than normal because it'll be easier to work with. And then we'll just string it through the keyhole and the little hole that's on that die cut. It's meant to be a tag, but I'm turning it into something different. Come on, you little curly. It's curled up. I'll fix this later, but there. And we'll trim that down. You can also maybe put an embellishment in there. I'm not sure. Let's check how these would look on here. I'm going to have to use one of these large ones, even though I don't want to. I'll stick it over there. And then let's create our triangle. Well, maybe I'll do that. The medium size and then the smallest up there. Okay, so there you go. I covered up the little boo-boo over there with the lock. And we've got it sparkling all over. So that's pretty cool. And then on the inside, I did not add the white because that's just taking too long. You guys have seen me do that so many times already. So I will skip that step. And honestly, I'll go back and do that step. Okay, how many more do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm going to create 2 more and then I'll create some envelopes so you can see how that works. So let's see. Well, we don't have that. We only have one because I've got more samples, I think, than I do. Trying to find one that I haven't. Oh, I haven't made that one yet. Or have I? That's the one I made. Maybe I couldn't make it because, oh, I know, I did not have that flower paper, so we won't do that one. Let's see if I can find Today Marks an Adventure because we have not used that stamp. So it's the one with the stylish shape, square, and that other little round circle die cut. And I've got the same paper, which is nice because I think this is distance. Like this is like those mountains that you see that are snow covered. Oh, and I like how that is directional. It doesn't make sense where I think this is snow and that's like ocean or a lake. But I do like the front. And this one is just a little bit different. Do you see that? That's cool. I never noticed that it was different. All right, so we'll fold that in half. Again, I would add the white to it, but I'll skip that step. And I've got 2 little images. I got some glue on my hands. That's what that is. Night of Navy. And we've got the little icon. And then Today Marks an Adventure. Let's see, right there. And okay, very easy to do. I'll just stamp that in here and try to get it straight. There you go. Now this does barely fit in that circle. So let's see if I can do it. I don't have my sticker on in the center. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the stamp itself. So I know that it is centered. So I'm disregarding the sticker. And let's see if I got it in the center. Oh, I did. Oh, that's perfect, actually. So again, if you don't get your stickers on perfectly, that's what you can do. Just focus your eyes on the stamp itself. This is why I put a lot of my stamps on diagonally, so my eyes do not go to this edge of the block. It goes to the stamp. All right. I think that's all I've got there. This is great. I haven't buffered or anything tonight with the internet. Maybe we've got like even super duper internet now. That would be super nice. All right. Find another sheet to use. And these are all dimensionals. find some pieces that will go with that little circle. And this one, I'm going to just kind of create a triangle instead of using 4, just because these are just bits and pieces and they're a little bit bigger than normal. And then this it's got to be somewhere. So this little icon is your location icon. So this today marks an adventure, and that icon, I want to get to the place that my adventure is, and it's way over here on that high peak. So we'll put that over there, and then I'm going to put this at a big distance away, and I'll just have equal borders here on the left and the bottom. Okay, this one I stamped the icon on the inside of it. I'll skip that and do that later, but I will get this on the inside. This one you most definitely can hit with Wink of Stella. Get that snow glittering and see how that opens up nice. So again, what I would do is hit the prominent part of the mountains, and just like I did with the water, because you know snow does glitter, I will just kind of go like this with it and just spread it out. And I can't forget about over here because that's part of the paper. So just light brush strokes, and then you'll get a really nice glitter effect. And also maybe put a little glitter on the center of the icon. And this one, I added the little embellishments to the bottom of that tag, and I should have, or the square, I should have stamped that up a little bit. But let's see if I can sneak 3 of these little ones in. Or, no, it's going to be on the bottom. So I start with the middle one, and then I do the outside ones next. That way I can look at and get the distance between the embellishments. And I try to get them straight, but I'll just shove that up a little bit. There we go. Our basic jewel rhinestones would also look really nice with this paper. All right, that's done. Next up, let's do this one. This is the ovals from the frame scenes. So the larger one and the smaller one. The larger one is Cajun Craze, and I've got basic white. And then here is the larger die cut there. And let's see. This is what it's going to look like. So we'll just fold this over. And like this is the sunset. Just give that a nice burnish. And I'm going to put the inside on first. So we'll just grab one of these. Having everything die cut ahead of time, if you're going to mass produce, it makes it so much easier. That way you're not stopping and die cutting, stamping, assembly. You're just doing the same thing over and over again. It might get boring, but I can tell you, you're going to save a lot of time. And a lot of brain time too. Make sure I'm putting this on the right side. I most definitely like this better. I gotta clean my stamp. I think there was only 2 stamps that I did not use with the tags to go. This is going to be stamped in Cajun Craze ink because of the paper and that like sunset. What I like to do is take the darkest color that's on the paper and use that ink as like my ink of choice. There is, by the way, a right and wrong side with these framed scenes. So you can see a little bit of etching around. It's like a embossed oval within the larger piece of the oval. So you'll see that the back side is more rough. All right, we got that. Today marks an adventure. And this fits really nicely on this oval. Oh, boy, do I need to re-ink that. There you go. And I like to pop up the whites if I can. And there's no other dimensionals that are going to be used on the front of that card. So like it's not going to be tripled 3 layers. So I like to do that when I can, because that makes it look a little bit like it's closer to your eyes, I guess is what I want to say. And it stands out a little bit more if it was just flush to the Cajun Craze. Again, I'll take this, make sure I've got it correct. We will add some glue. You don't need a lot. And then I'm going to add it right here because there's just really nothing there. And I'm going to drop it down because I want to see that sunset. You can definitely hit it with some Wink Stella. And then let's grab our little embellishments. And I'll take another big one, even though I don't want to. And there we go. So that one's all set. Very simple, very easy. And then that looks much better than, let's see. Here's the reverse. I think it gets lost with all the wild wheat. All right, I'm trying to think which one I haven't used yet. Let's see what's left. That one. Oh, I could do that one and that one. I'll just do those two because I don't think I've used this little key yet. And then I haven't used this one individually. And then I will call it good. And I'm going to show you envelopes. So I'll skip a couple. And so this is the one I want for that. I love the pattern of that paper. I wish I had more. This is honestly a great way to use up your 6x6 paper. And that's really nice front as well. All right, I'm going to have to stamp in Pretty Peacock because that is the majority of the colors. It's very dark. And of course, it's one of my favorites. Welcome Home. Got the key there. Oh, wait. Yeah. Turn it this way. I want the hole on the left side because that's where I'm going to put the key. All right. I love how that stamps. You can put a small embellishment in the middle too. That's what I did on my swap card. Let me show you. Right here, I added just one embellishment to this part here and then 2 down here for my swap. Okay, no more dimensionals. And I think I have to grab another one. Let's get a big sheet. All right, let's just put 3. Again, I'm going to put this on. That way it's going to be easier for me to thread. Oh, actually, it's just a knot, the linen thread. so let's see. Welcome home. I kind of want to fill this up. Yeah, I'm going to fill up this area. And then here's the little key. Put it on some white so you can kind of see the detail. It's like so like real. Oh, I know which card. Oh, this is a really nice one to match this card. All right, so what can I use? I could use Garden Green again, and I think I'm going to use Garden Green. I'm not going to use that linen thread, the just plain linen thread. I'm going to throw some color in here. And all I'm going to do is fold the thread in half and put it through here. And then pull it. I'm going to sneak it through this one. And then we'll take those tails and bring it right through here. And whoops, we will get it tight. There, and definitely I will definitely trim these off, guys. I got some really dull scissors here. And I can leave this loose, but yes, I left it loose. So just make sure that this is tight. You could put a little glue dot underneath there if you wanted to. I also frayed the linen thread. So to do that, you'll need a piercing tool. And you just grab one of the threads here. And I go about halfway up. And I just kind of pull it apart. Hold on. There, got that one on the first try. So see how that's a little bit different. And I'll finish the inside. It was completed like this with a heart. So that's that medium-sized key. And then lastly, we will stamp this one, and it's a congrats card. And it's a little tiny key. Oh no, it's the big one, sorry. And I'm using this paper, which I used here. So we'll do the same thing. I wish I could do it this way because I love those trees. I am stamping in Mossy Meadow there because it's got lots of green in it, and that is the primary color there. And this is congrats because the family just purchased their brand new house, very first house. So we'll stamp congrats here. Close that up. And this is when I created a bow. And I did fray the ends as well. Two dimensionals will work. Put it over here. I like it at an angle. And let's see. I glued it. But I also put a really tiny dimensional on the back side of this one. So I'll need to cut down some dimensionals, of course. Let's see. Grab my little scissors here. And I think actually the one in between will be the perfect size. And I should use my piercing tool actually. I want one in the middle. And then another little piece will go on the very end of the key there. And then let's peel those off. I'm going to angle it out, center it amongst that little hole there. Actually, I need to glue that down. I'm going to put a little tiny dot of glue, hopefully. Too much. Darn it. I got a little bit oozing out, but I think that'll be okay. I grab a block just to hold that down, and I'm going to take my 10-second bow maker and make a little bow, and I'm going to use garden green. I'm just going to fold that in half and then make it real quick. All right, now that's stuck on there. I'm going to grab a glue dot from a kit. Look at all these little glue dots. Don't throw them away, you guys. Be your thrifty crafter. Reuse them because it's perfect. We'll put that on there. And let me trim off. I might keep these really long. Let's see. I am all thumbs tonight. Oh my goodness. I'm going to fray those too because honestly, I think it looks like it's too stiff, right? So if we just take the extra 5 seconds to give it a nice little fluff. There, I think that looks a lot better. Let's finish it off with some embellishments. I'm going to put that large one out of sight over there. Well, it's really not out of sight because it's so big. And another medium one. Let's go over here. So that is the congrats. Very cute. Do a lot with it. And now let's make some envelopes. So I've got to clear my desk here because I'm using that envelope punch board. And again, if you don't have an envelope punch board, I will link one that I find that would work the best. I'll link it in the description box. And it will be from Amazon. I am a Amazon affiliate, so I'll get a little commission, and that helps me out to bring you more videos when somebody orders directly from that link. All right, so I've got a few envelopes here, but what I did last night or the night before, I think it was the night before, I went through my designer series paper box. It's just a box full of designer paper, loose stuff that I didn't use before. And I just grabbed a ton of it, okay? And I'm going to show you 2 ways. One, I know this will work really nice. I kind of picked out the ones that would work, I thought would work out the nicest with the thoughtful journey. So I think I need to zoom out a little bit more. There we go. All right, so this is the retired Stampin' Up! Envelope punch board. It's so easy to use. Over here, my paper is 6x3 or 3x6. So I'm looking over here and I'm finding 3x6 over here. And it's telling me that my paper needs to be 7 1/2 by 7 1/2, and I need to score it on 2 5/8. And you score only one time at 2 5/8. That's really important, only one time, and that's your first time. So we'll take our envelope punch board, and this is already cut to 7 1/2. That's beautiful. Remember this paper? Oh my goodness. And I'm going to find the 2 5/8 mark up here, and I'm going to put the end of the designer series paper there, and I'm going to punch, and then I'm going to score. So punch and score, and there you go. Sometimes it's easy to see the score lines, and sometimes it's not. Then you're rotating counterclockwise, and you're finding that score line, and then you line up this piece of the envelope punch board. So this little thing here is on the score line, and I punched and scored, and I'd like to score 2 times, very lightly though. And I rotate it, and again I line up that little piece on the score line and punch and score. And then I'm going to rotate it one more time, line it up with the score line, and punch and score. Now what I really like about this is it has a corner rounder on it over here. So all you need to do is slide in the, oops, that didn't work right. Slide in your paper so you can make a nice little rounded edge or corner. So you got to do that 4 times, and you're all done. You'll have all these little pieces that just you cut out, so those go in the recycle bin. And decide, I guess, what side of the paper you want to use. This side is going to go with a thoughtful journey more than those flowers. So I'll just take the bone folder that's included, and I'm just going to go around and score or burnish. Fold it up, and usually I just score it with my, or burnish it with my fingers, and then I'll go 2 times. That way it's pretty flat. And then here's some more. Now, how are you going to close it, right? And which side do you close first? So you're going to close this side first, and then you see how it goes over the score line. I'm going to show you how to fix that. Okay. So right now I am just pretending that this is adhered. I'm going to fold this over, burnish it a little bit there, and this piece also is over the edge. You can fold it over like that, but then it's going to be on the front of your envelope, and you probably don't want that. So let's just burnish this, and this is when you want to use your paper snips. You're going to bring your paper snips in, or you can use your paper cutter. And I'm just going to snip that off, and then snip it off. And that way it's not in the way when you fold. Now I like to use tear and tape for my envelopes. Wait a minute. Because I feel like it needs adhesive that's going to, like an envelope, it needs to stay together, right? Or else you're gonna lose your card that's inside, and maybe you have money in it or a gift certificate. So I just add it there, and I add it over here, tear it off. Make sure you get those little wrinkles out in the air bubbles with your bone folder. And then we'll just peel this off the backing. And we'll peel this one off, and then we fold this up, Press it down. And now we have a nice envelope. All right, I will add our tear and tape right here. At this point, you could use liquid glue or your Seal Plus. Since I got it in my hand here, I'm going to use my tear and tape. This is extra tear and tape from kits. So I love when we have extra supplies. All right, and I'm going to leave that on because I'm not ready to seal up the envelope yet. I would say this card here goes really nicely, so maybe I'll match those up. Okay, and I'll make a couple more for you. So that was a non-directional, and then a directional one. I had to play around with it because it doesn't. Here's one. It's not really straight. It's more at an angle. So I've already done this one over here. So the front of it, it's kind of going this way, which is nice. It should have been going this way, but there's really no way you can get it to go straight. It's going to have to go at an angle. So make sure you have a design that's kind of nice and you can get away with that. Hi, Debbie Franklin. All right, so when it's directional, I turn the top of it to the right side. And again, this is 7.5 by 7.5, and I'm going to punch and make the first punch at 2 5/8, which is over here, Karen, not 2 3/8. And I punch and score. How many out there have a envelope punch board, and do you make your own envelopes? That would be good to know. And again, we punch and score, bring it around counterclockwise, line up the score line with that little plastic piece. Oops, and don't go fast. Trying to find that score line. Oh, where is it? There it is. It's actually really hard to see the score lines even after I make two. Okay, so you can see here's that rectangle. That's going to be the area the card goes into. You could use this one too. It's totally non-directional. So we'll just fold and burnish. Oh, shoot. Wait, I forgot the corner rounder. If you have a corner rounder that's a punch, just use that because honestly, you'll be a lot faster. I have one on my desk somewhere here, but I don't visually see it, so I'll have to use this one. Again, mass production. I would do all of my envelopes first and then match up the cards. Well, you'd want to match up the designer paper to your envelope paper first. Get that all set and decided upon. And then create your cards and match them up. Fold that over. And then let me just get rid of this. You can do it this way too. This is either faster. And then over here, I'll just open that up and make a good snip. And make sure we've got it good. I didn't do a straight snip, so I am very fussy about that. So let me fix it. Oh, it's still bad. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a little bit better. Okay. Again, add your tear and tape. I like the tear and tape because it's 1/4 of an inch. And the tape runner is just a little bit too wide. I mean, you could get away with it. But I don't like adhesive showing because then everything, of course, gets sticky. And I'm going to fold that up. Then, again, use liquid glue or use your tear and tape. If you use liquid glue, then you'll just definitely have to decide right on the spot what card's going in it, and you're going to have to write your message and seal it up. Or you could just put it in a bin and then do it later. All right, so that one is nice, and I think, oh, so there you go. See how it angles up, but I think it looks kind of cool. I think that goes nicely because of the foliage here. Ooh, let me just, okay. So then that one can go with this one. I have another one of those green ones. Maybe this one here can go. Oh, this gold one. Ooh, this is really pretty. It's fancy, you guys. Who would get that? It would have to be someone that you really, really like. I got my stack of cards here that we've made. No. I like this one. So that will go with this one here. Now, I don't have all these with the tear and tape. I'll just match them up. So I'm going to keep going and making envelopes. You can watch me or not, because if I don't, then I won't get this done. So I have no idea what time it is. What time is it? 8:47. Oh my gosh, it's almost 2 hours. It's crazy. Ooh, that's kind of pretty, but I bet I could find one that will match. I'm going to wing it. That's very pretty paper. Ooh, let's see if we can use our, ooh. That almost went through. Don't use your Stampin' Up! Bone folder. Use the one that's provided. All right, now I've got to find that score line. It's really hard to see. Punch and score. And then find that score line. Ooh, it's really hard. Right about there. And I gotta find, oh, I found my corner router. Sweet. Okay, so it'll be much quicker if I just do this. I'm going to see what this side looks like. I like this pattern. It's definitely prettier than this side, right? So I'm not going to talk. I'm going to show you how fast I am. No, just kidding. Oh, I know why. I'm not doing that right. That's why it was crooked. Ah, it's going too fast. Tear and tape, where'd you go? It's like sitting right in front of me, I'm sure. Oh my goodness. Right there. Did you guys not see that? Like, I totally did not find it. I didn't see it whatsoever. You can use your finger too if you want to just smooth out that tear and tape. Hold that up. Ooh, let's see which one will go. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Start making your own envelopes, you guys. You must have one. So if you were to make an A4 card, you would want 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 is 8 by 8. You only get one out of a, you know what you could do is you could cut your paper 8 by 8, and then the pieces that you don't use, you can create a card with. And it would all coordinate really nicely. Let's see if I can find one that would work. That might because of the blue. That's the same. No. No. Definitely not. And let's see, these all have envelopes, which is over here, that pile. And this is the same. This is different. Ooh, maybe this one has one, and then this one definitely not. I like this one with these little flowers, and I think that one goes good together. So we'll match that up. I got some gold paper that has stripes, and can't remember what color that was. But let's make some envelope, an envelope that has gold on it. So again, 2 5/8. I might be able to see the score line a lot better. Yes, I can. It's funny because it looks like dashes. I'm going to go until 9 o'clock because I have to get my swap cards done. And I promised myself I would be in bed by 10. I've got to shovel. Oh, you guys have no idea how much snow is at my parents' house. So last Friday, my husband and I went up, took the 90-minute drive up, 100 miles, and we went up to their house because we needed to get the snow off the roof because we were getting at least a foot of snow, and there was already a foot of snow on their roof. So my husband took a sick day, and he went to help me, which is so nice. You have no idea. He took all the snow off the roof. Took a while, and I tried to keep up with him because when you take it off the roof, it goes onto the back walkway, and it just gets solid because it's just so dense. So even though it was light snow, it just, when it piles down there, it just gets so hard. And so I was in charge of trying to get the snow out of there. I couldn't do it. I couldn't keep up with him, but at least we have a little walkway to where the door is, where that lock box is, so people can still get in the house. But right now, so there was another snowstorm that we got on Sunday. And they got 15 inches of snow, according to my real estate agent. So that's what I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's a great exercise. I feel like I'm getting stronger for hiking in the springtime. So, because I use, when I hike, I use my poles, and my upper body is going to get in shape. It's just now my cardio and my leg strength. Ooh, this is nice. Look at this one, you guys. I think I'm going to go with this one because it's got lots of yellow in it. So isn't that pretty? And then I don't like that side. We're going to use the fancy side. Okay, let's see what else I got in my pile here. Oh, we definitely don't want Valentine's. Try to find, ooh, that's a directional. Oh, we got some bees on this one. That's cute. All right, I'm gonna try this one because it's different. And that's like too much for this type of card. And again, I'm going with the top over here on the right side, 2 5/8. Again, if you do not have an envelope punch board, I will link one in the description box here in the video. That way you can order one. Oh, this is hard to see. I gotta stop choosing the ones that are white. Maybe if I go on the back side. Oh boy. No, I can't do that because it'll be opposite. It's so hard to see this. I'm gonna have to guesstimate. I don't know if this one's going to be good because I can't see the lines very well. Let's see if I got those lines. Tear tape, tear tape, it's tear tape time. It's buried. Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. I gotta go get some more. There, I got all these. These all came from kits. Oh, that one's done. I didn't work very well. But you know me, I like to use every single piece if I can. What it looks like. Oh, it went, wait, oh, did I do it the wrong way? I did. Now the flowers are going downward. I should have paid attention because they're the same size. I should have paid attention to that, but oh well. We get some, it doesn't matter because we can still mail it like this. Just flip it over, who cares, right? All right, let's see what card's gonna go good with this one. It's gonna be one that has purple in it. Or a yellow. No. That might go. Can't put a winter scene in there with flowers. It just doesn't work, right? So I'm going with this one, the ocean scene. All right, we'll make one more. Let's see which one I can choose from. Ooh, let's make that one. Because we got some orange and yellows, that's for sure. Oops, we want it this way. Oh gosh, I hope you can see the score lines. I'm going to actually score it from this side, because that way I know I'll be able to see them better. Oh, so much easier. So dark side, you guys, even though I'm going to fold it the other way, it's okay. If you want to be fast, then do it this way. This would be great if our entire Daisy's team has envelope punch boards. We could do a game. We always like to do one game in our team meetings. You can see how many envelopes we can make in 5 minutes if everybody had an envelope punch board. That would be so much fun. All right, so now I gotta fold these the opposite. Debbie, on your right. Oh yeah, there it is. There's my tear and tape. I'm not looking at comments. I'm just focusing here. Maybe I should. Now, this time, I am going to put tear and tape on the correct ones. So, that's upside down. I want it to go that way. So that means it has to go... Wait, these go here, this and that. No. Did I do that right? Let's just see. Oh, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Now I got way too much tear and tape on my table. Oh my gosh, I just did that. No, oh my gosh, I need to go to bed. Anyway, there we go. I need to use this side because this side doesn't go all the way up. That's how fussy I am. All right, let's use this tear and tape that's under my scissors. There, that's our last one. And let's see which one. Oh my gosh, a hot mess I have here. If you could only see it. That's the one that's going to go with it. There you go, you guys. Oh my goodness, I created a ton of cards. I still have a few more to put together, but I have probably, I know I had 11. So 11, and probably I'll have 22 cards made up just like that. Not really just like that, but anyway, you guys can do this too, and I hope you give it a try. If you give it a try and you want to show me what you made, you can email me the final product, and maybe I will feature it on another in my email. So, whew. Don't forget about my card club expires. It's still the 20th, and I haven't cut it off yet. So if you want to get on board with card club, you can get it for one time only for $44, or the subscription plan is $40 every month. And then you can buy the PDF tutorial for $20. So it's all different now. I've got my retreat happening. You can still register for that either as a to-go ship to your home, or in person or porch pickup. So I'm looking for some more people to come to the in-person event. It would be really nice if I got 5 more. I want to maximize the room and hit my goal. But anyway, I need your help to do that. So if you're watching, you're local to me, spend a weekend crafting, and you can get that info on my email. So make sure you are on my email list so you can get all of the information. My ordering special is here. In the beginning of the video, I showed you all the cards that you can earn for free. And I think that's it. So let me just see if there's any questions. Nope, it's not. All right, you guys. I am going to clean this desk up because I don't want to come back here tomorrow and have a messy desk. So I challenge you guys to create some cards using 6x6 paper. Create an envelope with 7.5 by 7.5 with an envelope punch board or however you can do it. And email it to me, and I would love to see what you make. So my email address is karen@inspiredbygraham.com. So thanks for watching me. Thanks for putting up with my no internet this week. And I'm so happy to be back with you. So have a great night, and I'll see you later.